Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Now at 10, the U.S. government is on day 2 of its shutdown, and that's affecting services all over the country and here in Connecticut. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Annette Montgomery. Now we'll have the latest on this developing story in just a minute. But first, we begin with a check of your forecast.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Rachel, it was a chilly morning today, but we got a change coming for the weekend, right?
Yeah, we have one more chilly morning ahead, but by tomorrow afternoon, temperatures are already going to be climbing quickly, and this dry and sunny stretch will continue as well. Let's take a look at the numbers out there. 40s to right around 50 degrees, although New Haven hanging in strong at 61. Overnight lows, though, will be very similar to what we saw last night into this morning. 40s for most of the state, but a couple sneaky upper 30s rather for some of our cooler spots and outlying areas. And then lots of sunshine, maybe a few high clouds mixing in from time to time. By noon, temperatures are in the mid-60s. And notice, by afternoon, temperatures are about 10 degrees warmer than today, climbing into the low and even mid-70s as we head through the afternoon. And the numbers don't stop climbing there. Look at this weekend. High temperatures will be in the low 80s on Saturday and mid-80s on Sunday. So you could go apple picking, go to a fall fair, or you could go to the beach. That's literally what this weather will allow with bright sunshine. We're going to talk about how much longer this sunny stretch will last and when we can finally get some rain in the forecast. That full forecast is coming up.
Congress's first role is to make sure the government operates.
We need to reopen the government.
It's now day 2 of the government shutdown. Leaders of both parties say a resolution is needed, but still no agreement has been reached. Well, tonight, sources say the shutdown is threatening national security, food stamps, and federal jobs.
Fox 61's Nick Bradshaw spoke with local organizations to see how our communities are being impacted.
The government shutdown has a lot of people here in Connecticut worried. Food banks tell me that they've already seen an influx of people before the shutdown. Add this to it, they're concerned about what the future might hold. As the seasons change in Connecticut, the country is also moving into a time of concern. The federal government shutdown. For many families already feeling the pinch of high prices, the fear is what happens if it continues.
I like giving back. I think it's a good thing to do.
Ann Colger volunteers at the Watertown Social Service Food Bank, stocking shelves and preparing for those in need.
I like hearing people's stories.
But she worries she may hear more stories from people impacted by what's happening in D.C. About 10% of Connecticut residents, more than 366,000 people, depend on SNAP, the federal program that helps low-income families afford groceries. Governor Ned Lamont says benefits are covered this month, but the question is what happens if the shutdown drags on?
We're probably going to have a special session between now and November 1st. And probably the later in the month, the more we will know.
More people are calling saying they can't afford the groceries.
Waterbury Social Services Director says demand is rising.
As you can see, our shelves are bare.
And she's getting creative, turning to churches for help and even setting up an Amazon wish list. Ann knows she has no control over what's happening in Washington, but says she'll keep giving back and hopes others will do the same.
Trying to help them when they're down and trying to celebrate when they're up.
Now, food banks tell me one of the best ways to give is by giving cash because they're able to buy food at wholesale and it makes it go a lot further. Nick Bradshaw, Fox 61.
Now, this latest federal government shutdown is raising more red flags than usual. While past closures have caused minimal long-term damage, this one comes as the economy teeters and President Trump threatens permanent layoffs of federal workers. Roughly 750,000 employees could be affected, and economists warn a prolonged shutdown could slow growth and deepen job losses. With political gridlock worsening and key economic reports delayed, experts say the U.S. economy is now walking a tightrope, and the fallout could be far from temporary. And we are taking a deeper dive into the shutdown and what it means for you, from the potential impact on air travel to food assistance programs and government services to national parks and more. We have reaction from around the country, plus expert insight. It's all on our streaming platform right now, and you can stream that content for free on Fox 61 Plus.
Developing now, a fire tore through a 3-story apartment building in Hartford's Parkville neighborhood earlier today. We know crews arrived to find heavy flames at the back of the building on Madison Avenue. While all the people inside made it out safely, one dog did not survive that fire. Tonight, the cause is still under investigation, and the Red Cross is helping the people that are now displaced.
A man is in serious condition tonight after a crash on New Park Avenue in Hartford. The Hartford Fire Department says it happened around 4:15 this afternoon and that it involved a car and a moped. Right now, the Hartford Police Department is investigating the crash. Officials remind drivers to stay alert and drive safely to prevent accidents like this one. Well, new at 10, Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont could be called to testify in the upcoming federal corruption trial of former Deputy Budget Director Costa Diamantis. Diamantis faces 22 counts, including bribery and extortion. He's accused of soliciting money from contractors tied to school construction projects. His attorney, Norm Pattis, filed a motion to add Lamont to the witness list just days before jury selection. While Lamont's testimony isn't guaranteed, his potential involvement adds political weight to a case already drawing national attention. The trial begins Monday in Bridgeport.
A new state audit has uncovered several issues in the offices of the governor and lieutenant governor. Among the findings, there's improper use of state vehicles, missing or untracked inventory, and excess laptops nearly 3 times more than needed. The audit also found timesheets were approved without proper verification of hours worked or even employee locations. The report covers fiscal years 2023 and 2024 and raised concerns over accountability and compliance at the highest levels of state government.
And the 2025 Connecticut Manufacturing Report is out, and it shows a mix of growth and challenges. 82% of manufacturers say they are struggling to find skilled workers, while 95% report rising business costs, mainly in labor, healthcare, and energy. Exports hit $17.4 billion, with most Connecticut exports going to Canada, Germany, and Mexico. AI adoption remains low at 27%, with most unsure just how to implement it. Despite the hurdles, though, 70% of manufacturers stayed profitable, and that's up from last year's projections.
For the first time since March, tomorrow Kimberly Sullivan will appear in a Waterbury court for her pretrial hearing. She's the woman accused of holding her stepson captive for 2 decades in her Blake Street home. Her case kept getting continued to allow for discovery. In the meantime, her lawyers have filed 2 motions. One of them requests that the judge modify a protective order so Sullivan can return to her Blake Street home to collect her belongings. The other motion challenges her GPS bracelet, saying she's had no violations, represents no flight risk, and the monitor only stigmatizes her. Fox 61, of course, will be at her court hearing, and we'll have those updates for you in our newscast beginning tomorrow afternoon.
The Connecticut Department of Correction has agreed to delay the rollout of electronic body scanners in state prisons. It was supposed to start yesterday, but oversight officials raised concerns about their use. In a letter, correction officials cited unresolved questions about scanner protocols, privacy protections, radiation exposure, and what happens when it detects something prohibited. Criminal justice advocates are worried that corrections officers might see the body scanners as tools to detect drugs, which they say could lead to misuse. But the Corrections Officers Union argues they are a solution to the drug problem, and officials are set to meet with the DOC in 2 weeks.
Tonight, we have some good news for neighbors in Waterbury. The boil water advisory is officially lifted. The city found out earlier today that all distribution samples collected from the water system yesterday tested negative for the presence of any bacteria. Now, this all comes after a water main on Huntington Avenue broke last Tuesday. It caused a loss of water or discolored water for a number of people in the area. Officials say the city's water operations should be back to normal, and people no longer need to boil water before using it.
Yankees versus Red Sox. It's recognized as one of the most iconic rivalries in all of sports.
And the teams are battling it out on the diamond right now in a high-stakes playoff showdown. Fox 61's Jalen Anderson is live in Glastonbury with fans who live and breathe this rivalry.
The atmosphere here is electric, and you can really feel the rivalry in the air. Now, I'm going to speak for all Red Sox fans out there now. We hate the Yankees, and we wouldn't have it no other way than to send the Yankees home in their season and continue our run to another championship.
Go Yankees, man.
Go Yanks. Sox are going down.
The stage was set October baseball, with the Yankees and Red Sox battling for more than just bragging rights. This was win or go home. It's a rivalry that spans generations, and Thursday's night playoff game brought out the passion from both sides. Fans in New Haven with pregame jitters like the Garcia family spoke about what it meant to them to watch this game in person.
Obviously, it's a big game for the Yankees, and a big day for our family because this is me and my brother's first time going to a playoff game, and this is my son's first time going to a playoff game, so obviously it's a big day overall.
And how does it feel for you going to a big game?
Good, because I want to see the Yankees win.
And then what about you?
I say the same sentiments as both of them. It's an awesome feeling, great, emotional day. Hopefully we get the W.
From face paint to pinstripes, fans came ready. For many, like Yankee fan David Abram, it's more than just baseball, it's part of their identity.
Yeah, today is actually my birthday. He surprised me with these tickets. I had no clue. So here we are going tonight, and to go with my son, it's, every father's dream to Yankees, Red Sox, the greatest rivalry in baseball.
And it was scoreless through 3 innings, but the Yankees eventually took the lead. Now in the 7th inning, they're up 4-0. And I want my Red Sox to, do a little magic with 2 innings left and try to win this game. But regardless of who wins, I think everyone here is just proud to share this moment with their friends and family. And when it's baseball in October, when it's Red Sox versus the Yankees, I think everyone wins. So for now, reporting live in Glastonbury, Jalen Anderson, Fox 61.